Just leaving the property and we're going to head out to Charleville. No, not Charleville. We're heading out to Chinchilla. And we're going to hope that the floodwaters haven't wrecked it too much out there. Quick stop at Dawny's Cake Shop for some lunch. Just grabbed ourselves some pies. Me, okay. So we're on the hunt for the big watermelon. Alright. This looks like a nice garden, John.
It does, it's really nice. Well done.
Hey, look at this kids' play area. It's got little watermelons. Oh, it's a water play.
Not much water either. Look at the rock climbing wall.
Oh, wow. Alright, little watermelon things. It's so bright. Watermelons for the kids. That up there has got water coming out of it. I don't know if you can see that. That's cool. I wonder if this blasts water. No, I think the park might be a little bit broken. That's cool, isn't it?
That is cool. Get up there and show us how to do it.
I'm not getting up there. No way. What a beautiful park.
I like those old towns. I always respect the diggers.
I love it, hey. Beautiful monument. Let's have a little quick look. Still can't find that watermelon.
Tracy always takes us a long way or the wrong way.
I'm sure the lady said to go through this botanical gardens. Anyhow, we'll keep looking. I've spotted something through the trees, John. I told you it's through the park. If you look over there, I can see red.
It's a big one.
It's friggin' huge. Okay.
What did you say, it was 9 metres or something?
9 metre wide watermelon slice. So, the watermelon's located on the Warrego Highway. We came in through the back way, through the Botanical Gardens, but
A long way from the garden.
it's a good walk. Here we go, Chinchilla, the land of the giant watermelon. Oh, they have a melon festival in February.
That's what you need to come on.
Yeah.
That's huge.
Alright, so this building here, the Emerson building, contains the prickly pear display. It's really sad hearing about all this. Oh.
Holding in its spiny grip a vast area of pastoral and agricultural land, spreading at the rate of 1 million acres a year.
God.
and it shows how armies of insects were mobilized by scientists to defeat the insidious invader. 60 pear plants were brought to Australia with the first colonists in 1788. Later, they were grown as hedges around homesteads, and in this way secured a footing in country districts. The plants soon escaped from the hedges and increased so rapidly that in 1925, the peak of the invasion, 60 million acres of land were included within the 60 pear area, an area greater than that of England and Wales. 60 pears are natives of North and South America. Here we see the pet pear, Opuntia inermis, which is the most common of the several species that have become established in Australia. This is the spiny pet pear, Opuntia stricta, which covered large areas in Queensland. The heavy crops of fruit were eaten by emus, crows, and other birds, which carried the seeds over the country.
It's old stove. Okay, an old record player. Gramophone? Is that what they were called back then? What were they called? Oh no, they're the things with the horns, eh?
That's right, it's a record player.
Yeah. How flashy, look. How flashy is this? Ah, it doesn't work. Pump organ. How would you like to do your washing like this now? That old ringer, my mum had an old ringer machine. She used to get a hand caught in it all the time. We've come a long way from having these bedpans. Now they're cardboard disposable, environmentally friendly bedpans. The old horse-drawn vehicles.
The grandparents don't live kids either.
No. Wongonjera Cottage, built in the 1880s. The home of Mr. and Mrs. Jace Ryder from 1888 to 1899. Now this sort of mean how weird it is that a family used to live in this in the 1800s. Like, so weird.
2 bedrooms, that's it? Oh, 3. I thought 3.
2 bedrooms and a kitchen area. That's cool. Queensland lockup, 1882, so an old jail. Let's have a look inside. Murder, $50,000 reward, $100,000 reward.
Oh, we get smashed by mozzies. Nice. And they complain about themselves these days. Look at the harsh conditions they had back then.
Look at the toilet in the back.
Now they've got TVs and computers and internet, spa baths.
Can we? Oh shit! It's dark. That's it. Want some roller skates?
They're a bit flashy. My dad had wooden wheels on his ones.
Oh, look at all these. The flour mill. Hand operated, used at Mizpah, Monmouth communal settlement. I love looking at all this old, I suppose you'd call it equipment. It just makes you realise how good we've got it these days. The old Buick Master. Yes.
How did they know where they're going? There's no GPSs in them.
Look at this, an A model Ford. Let me just back up and I'll get that one. That's cool. Look at this one, John.
I know, I've just been looking at it.
Look at the size of the steering wheel.
They need them big like that because they don't have power steering.
Old church. Go inside. Hopefully the roof won't cave in. Oh, look at her. Dressed to the nines to come to church.
And it hasn't burnt down yet.
That's what I just said. Hopefully the roof doesn't cave in. I love old churches though. Don't get me wrong, everyone. I have huge respect for religion. Oh, there's mosquitoes in here.
What's this everywhere?
Wow. We're in an old schoolhouse. Again, hopefully the roof doesn't fall down because John was not a very good schoolboy. Sit at the desk, you.
No.
Old inkwells.
Pencil sharpener.
Did you have to stand at the teacher's desk and sharpen the pencils,
Where
John?
the batteries go?
Oh look, and it's got a picture of the King and Queen Elizabeth's mum. So in Chinchilla there's 2 free camps that you can go. There's the Archers Crossing Weir, I think, Archers Crossing anyhow, and then there's the Chinchilla Weir, and so we'll get out and show you what it's been a few days since we've had rain here.
Yeah.
And I'll get out and I'm going to show you. We can't get through to Archers Crossing, but we thought we'd just drive down and have a little look.
We could try and drive through it.
No, we're not driving through it. You should see all the ducks. Anyhow, let's
If
have
it's
a look.
flooded, forget it.
Yeah. All right. I'll just show you. The birds down here are having a ball, but this is still running. Hopefully you can see that. So we had heard this was a really pretty place to camp. I don't know how far down you have to go to the camp area, but this is as far as you can get. Alright, we're going to go and see if we can see the Chinchilla Weir. Well, that was a bit of a flop.
Yep, another one closed.
We tried to get down to the weir and they've blocked the road up off, I don't know how far away it is, but
No, I don't know.
anyhow, they've got the road blocked off.
And there's actually men stopping you as well.
Yeah, so we've had to chuck a yui and we'll go and find something else in Chinchilla to show you, but can't show you the weir.
Not today.
So what we've done, we've brought you out to the Cactus Monument. So a little bit of history for you. Back in 1920s, I think they said, didn't they? I've got to look on my little piece of paper here. Back in the 1920s, the prickly pear was overtaking quite a bit of rural land in New South Wales and Queensland, and they didn't know how to get rid of it. And this scientist in Chinchilla, long story short, you can look it up, but apparently he got a certain moth from Argentina, got it out to Australia. It's called the Cactoblastus catorum, and it took 12 years, but this particular moth eradicated the prickly pear. And they reckon that if this moth hadn't done that Australia would have been a third world country. That's what she said.
That's what she said, yeah.
The lady in the Tourist Information Centre was quite knowledgeable on this. So anyhow, there's a monument. We've taken a drive out to see. It was a couple of kilometres from town, along a bit of a dirt road. Went through some water because the water's still over the road.
Yeah, so we drove through flooded rivers and creeks just to show you this.
Just to show you. If only you could see the small amount of water we drove. But anyhow, we'll turn it around.
It was over the bonnet.
You wish. Okay, let's turn this around and I'll show you. We're in the middle of nowhere, guys.
Literally.
Literally in the middle of nowhere.
And it is 33 degrees hot.
It's hot. It's windy, but it's hot. Okay. You would think they would have mowed the lawn before we came, wouldn't you?
Oh, look, I know. I will be putting a complaint in about that.
Yeah. Alright, let me have a little look around and I'll get back to you. Okay, not sure if you can see that. There's your prickly pear they're talking about. And they say that this prickly pear was so dense that animals and people couldn't get through it. So they couldn't slash it because it was just, oh sugar, a wasp. Couldn't slash it because it was just too thick. Clearing the prickly pear. Look at the little girl standing there with a dolly. That's all prickly pear on the back of that wagon. The birthplace of an environmental miracle at Chinchilla. This is interesting. So they had to breed the moth. Oopsie, sorry. Anyhow, we found that pretty interesting, that a place like Chinchilla, yeah, had something like this. There's a lot, I reckon everyone should Google it because there's a lot of information that I can't tell you and I can't remember half of it anyhow. But Google the prickly pear moth and see how you go.